think it is 4:30, 4:31. I think I got on here exactly 4:30, which is crazy because I just physically ran. Only like 2.5 blocks, but still didn't stop the entire time. I'm proud of myself for that actually, because that means that running at the gym has been helping. And I don't know if I could have did that if I hadn't been running at the gym. Whew. Anyway, so basically what just happened is I had a series of things happen to me last week that prevented me from getting my nails done when they needed to be done. So I usually go to get my nails done. It's just down the street. No place like, big or anything like that. They only have a few chairs, but it's so close that, I can just walk in. So I went there around 1 o'clock and they're like, oh, every single chair is full. I've never seen this. And so it's like, okay, it's the first of the month, whatever. I was like, do you have any appointments for later today? And she's like, oh, well, you can come at 4:30. I'm like, Brad, I didn't say straight, but I was like, I have an appointment at 4:30. And I could see the book, right? And there was something open at 3. And she's like, well, how about 3:30? And I'm like, no, I have somewhere to be at actual 4:30, which means I should be out of here. And I was like, I'll take that 3 if it's available. And she's like, yeah, no problem. So I'm cool. Come back at 3. There's people in the chairs, but there's still some open. And so I was like, they asked me, they're like, do you want a pedicure, manicure, or both? I said, I would like both, but if you can only do one, I would just really need to get my hands done most, because I had like 2 broken nails and it was just really bad. And so basically they're like, no, you can do both, it'll be fine. So they start me with a pedicure, which is typical. Sit there for a bit, everything's fine, and then more people start to come in and I'm like, oh no, I can already tell where this is going. Like usually, they want to keep as many customers as they can, so they'll tell people, it'll just sit down, it'll be happening soon, but then they really are just going to try and weave them in. And so I straight up said, like, not to be rude, I'm like, hey, before you even start my nails, my actual hands, will you be done in time for me to be somewhere at 4:30? Like, I have to physically be gone at 4:30. Not finishing, but like done. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So the person that they were working on, I don't know what the hell happened, but I guess she wanted to get everything waxed. And she didn't already say that to them. So she's like, oh, do you mind? And they're like, oh, no big deal. Now, I didn't care because I was already sitting at a chair. Come back. She's actually in there for like 40 minutes additional. So I'm really glad that I said something. Because if I didn't, then I would probably still be sitting there waiting for this chick to get her lip waxed or whatever. I don't know what she could have been waxing that's taken that long. Because they don't do anything other than like face, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they even do underarms. Yeah, so long story short, I ran all the way here because I didn't physically finish until 4:27, which meant I had to change the title of my stream while I was running and then run here straight, get in, and then right when I got into this room, it said 4:30. As soon as I hit start, it switched to 4:31. So, woohoo! I made it on time. That's why I'm a little bit out of breath and a little bit out of nowhere, which is funny because the title is actually called, I think, like Manic Monday, maybe a Manic Monday. Definitely was not the intention when I was making the title. I had already thought about making that title before I was running late. But then as things progressed, obviously it just makes even more sense now. So why the Manic Monday other than what just happened? I have not been sleeping. I'm gonna be honest, my sleep schedule's been fucked. I'm not used to having things to do during the week, and my body is trying to adjust between having like very specific, and we're proud of this, right? We're proud of this. Like I finally have these routines that I'm used to, that I can do with my eyes closed, right? However, when something out of ordinary, which is pretty much anything at this point, anything pops up, it throws me off so much. And it's not a bad thing. Like I need to be social. I need to have like a dynamic approach to life. I can't just always do the same thing all the time. But yeah, whatever the case may be, I've not been sleeping very well. And I think I said this yesterday, like it's almost like a paralysis where I feel like I'm not sleeping, but I'm not quite awake either. Like, I'm just kind of like, and if you ask me what I was doing for the last hour, 2 hours, whatever, like, I literally can't tell you anything. Like, it's not watching TV, it's not looking at my phone, it's not sleeping, it's not stretching. It's just like me, like, and this is me guessing because I don't know, but I feel like I'm just like, you know how Zoe, and she's upstairs, you know how Zoe, she'll just sit here and she'll just kind of like look out into nowhere, or she'll just like look at the ground, and like she's 17 years old, 17 human years, right? So I don't hold it against her to do that, but I almost wonder if that's what I'm doing too, you know? Maybe she gets it from me. I don't really know. It's kind of weird, but that's where I've been for the last, since like Saturday, I feel like. Because even yesterday, if you were watching the stream, I was very much like I feel like I was pausing, like I was trying to think about what I was thinking about, and then I felt like I was just like retracting, like repeating what I was saying, and then like being confused about it. So yeah, basically that is why I title it Manic Monday. I'm not actually manic, not to say that that is not a possibility in the future, but I know how to manage myself, and I recognize this. I had to force myself to eat this morning because I did not eat last night. I made a bowl of salad, and it was a really good salad. I was super excited to eat it, and then I thought I ate it, which is crazy. I thought that I ate it, and this is at like 5 or whatever time the stream was over. I thought that I ate it, and so I'm thinking, okay, like I have enough sustenance to just kind of like, you know, I have to have enough energy to just function. And I start smelling something a few hours later, and I'm like, it smells like there's something nearby me, and I look over and it's my salad. And I did not eat my salad, and it had been sitting there for like 2 hours. So then I started eating it again, and that was fine, except for then I fell asleep. And when I woke up this morning, the salad is only like halfway gone, and that was all I ate yesterday. And I'm sure that is adding to the reason why I'm just like out of sorts with my everything. Yeah, but this is definitely, I feel like, a PSA moment where you just need to pause and think about what is happening and whether or not it's okay to proceed, or if you should check in, revisit something, or again tap into those routines, because that's 100% what I had to do yesterday. And this morning I was like, okay, you know what, I am in paralysis, I'm not getting anything done, and I'm having a hard time even figuring out what my next move should be. So let me just go back to the autopilot. And that autopilot is, of course, you know, those simple routines that I set up back in December. So yeah, that helped me a lot. I cooked, I meal prepped this morning. I was supposed to meal prep last night, but like I said, I just ended up doing something weird with a salad. But I did make stuff for this morning that I can meal prep like the rest of like at least 2 more days worth of food if I want to. Hello! I see emojis, so I'm gonna say hello. I don't read I'm reading the chat right now. What? Hello? What's that crying face? Rocky 37. What it do, boo? I use the chat. The only reason why I'm not very good at the chat is, one, there's never really that many people in the chat, and I don't want to feel even more corny than I already am by being like, hey, because I read something that was like, if you're a new streamer and somebody joins your chat, like, you shouldn't call them out, because that'll just put too much pressure on them and they'll probably leave. So yeah, if I see like 1 or 2 people in there and they just like wave or like say hi, usually I'll say hi back like verbally if I see it. If it's like a question or something, I will obviously try my best to answer it, especially if it's about what's currently happening, right? Like if I'm doing like a hip stretch or something and you're like, how can I, you know, adapt this or modify this for whatever reason, I will try my best to get to those. So, it looks like something else popped up. You know what I can do? Let me see if I can do this. I have never done this before, but I certainly do this when I'm watching other people's channels. So I don't see why I can't do it with mine. I'm gonna try and put my screen, I'm gonna try and put my stream on my TV right here. And then I should be able to see the comments. We'll see who's there. Can you talk to me when you stretch? Yeah, that's the whole reason why I'm here. Literally the whole reason why I'm here. I mean, obviously, I'm here for accountability for myself as well, but I feel like the whole point of being on Twitch is to have, you know, community, and it's not just a community of people watching me, because that's not at all what I'm interested in. I really do want other people. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am trying to put in my stream name onto Twitch on my TV here, and I can't spell apparently because it doesn't know what the hell. Oh, there's like an extra letter here. I can do it, you can do it. Oh my gosh, all the clicking. I know it sounds like I'm hitting a lot of buttons, and that's because I am. Cool. I think I see it. Ew, what was that? Make sure the volume's up. Seeing myself on the big screen. Okay, so if you type something in the chat now, I can see it up here. If you type something in before, I can't see it because I just opened it up here. But let's see. What is being said here? Oh, it's back. It's back. I'm not here. You can't hear me? Oh, it's back. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Rocky, for saying anything, honestly, because I'm not going to lie. There's been times where I streamed, and maybe you know I've streamed in it, but the whole thing was on mute, and I didn't know until the very end, and then someone's like, we can't hear you, and I'm like, damn. Okay, where was I? So windshield wipers here. This is Mobility Monday. So yes, if you're joining in with me, if you're here, I really hope you're doing this with me. You don't have to be watching me exclusively. Like I say, if I was doing this not on stream, I would recommend doing this while you're watching something you would already watch anyway. Like maybe you do watch streamers on Twitch for other reasons. If you don't need to be physical while you watch it, then this is a good way to add that activity in without feeling like you're, you know, I don't want to say changing your schedule, because some people like the idea of changing their schedule, but without having to give up things that you already want to do that are maybe not as productive. So yes, most people shouldn't spend 5 hours watching something unless it's like for work or research or whatever, right? But if you're going to do it, mobility and stretching or whatever the whole time is going to be better. You know, you're just watching. Well, dang, okay. I hope I'm entertaining. What would you give me, like a 7 out of 10? 5? What are you just like doing like a psychoanalysis? Because I do that and I totally understand. I totally get that. If not, oh well. Yes, I love that. Don't worry. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, that's honestly how I got really into Twitch, is just because I really like studying people. Like, that's why I watch streamers, because I just like real life. I like to watch everything happen as it's happening live, right? Like, I don't want to see the edited version. I don't want you to be able to mute out, you know, a sound or a person in the background or whatever. I want to be able to hear it all, see it all, whatever. So that's kind of where I am with streaming, and that's how I fell in love with it, honestly. It's just the humanization of media that I feel like doesn't exist outside of streaming. Everything is so fake. Everything is so scripted. Everything is so rehearsed, and see through it so much it's insulting sometimes. So yeah, if you're doing that to me, I think that's cool. My favorite stretch, I feel like my favorite stretch changes depending on what hurts on my body or what needs work at the moment. I would say a stretch that I'm most proud of right now, and I said this yesterday, but it's just being able to sit like this. And I said the word sit because when I first tried to do this back in, I want to say it was December, I couldn't hold this position. I couldn't get down this low. When I was trying to be in this position, it was painful. I could only sit and hold. I would say hold because it didn't feel like sitting. I could only hold this position for like at most 30 seconds, and then I was like, whoo! Like it was a lot. And now I'm finding froggy. Yeah, that one can feel good. I think for me, my hips aren't flexible enough for that one to feel good yet. Like frog, I think is the equivalent right now that this world's greatest stretch was to me in the past. Yeah, because now I can rest in that position. It feels like a resting position. Whereas if I were to do frog right now, I wouldn't be comfortable. That shit would hurt. I already know. It's one of those things I almost avoid because I know I'm doing it wrong and I don't want to practice it wrong. Like I don't want to have bad form. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just shifting back through here, making sure everything is nice and buttery, nice and smooth to be able to pass through these lines. I use this so much now that I can. It's crazy to think about like how much more mobile you could be if you were engaging in those ranges to begin with. Like I didn't ever, I won't say ever, but for the last like few years, there's no reason for me to be like this on the ground, right? Like I always just, bend over or like crouch real quick or whatever it might be. But now that I can sit like this and I can do this and I can do this, I find myself doing that naturally. And I almost feel like I'm, impressive. If I drop something at the store, I can just go shake and pop back up, right? And I see other people, they drop something and they like look around first and then they're like, do they grab it? Or they try to do one of these or like squat a little bit and they slowly catch themselves up. And I'm like, damn, that could be anybody. That could be anybody. So, you want to see my version of the cat-cow? Well, let me think. I will probably get there in just a second. Honestly, I'm gonna do a little bit. To be fair, I'm really happy that you're speaking with me on stream right now. But also, if you've been here, you know how easily distracted I am. If I try to talk and do something at the same time, I would usually forget one or the other. And so that's why I'm just kind of like, I think I've already forgotten a little bit of where I was at. But I'm trying to go in the same order, ouch, that I normally do. Jeez, that hurt. Trying to go in the same order that I normally do. Ooh, that hurt. That's popping. I won't say it hurt. That was loud. That was loud. Whew. Okay. So now I'm going to go up this way. Can you see everything all right like this? I think I said yesterday that I was going to move this little bench thing. I think I'm going to do it right now while I'm even talking about it. Why not? Let's just do it now. Okay. That just gives me a little more space this way. Because I feel like I was trying to like make myself into a weird pattern here for all of yesterday. Okay. Woo. Yeah, I'm trying to go sideways right now. Hopefully that's better. That's why I just moved the little bench, whatever that is, out of the way. basically, if you've been here, you might know. If you haven't been here, this entire space was developed over the last 3 months. This used to be like an empty room, basically. I didn't even have a TV in here. For the longest time, I just had like a whole bunch of like random shelves, like right where the actual phone is placed right now. So yeah, this space is still like a work in progress for sure. I'm definitely not done with it. I definitely don't know what I want to do with it either. Like, a lot of the stuff here is very temporary, or stuff that was just like from my old classrooms, to be honest, stuff that I didn't like want to throw away, that I thought maybe I would use in the future. And because I had that stuff, I just threw it in here. This couch came directly from my classroom, honestly. No reason to have it other than for that reason, and I didn't want to throw it away, so here it is. Do I like it? No. Does it serve a purpose? Yes. So yeah, most of the stuff, if not all of the stuff you see in here, none of the stuff was bought through this room. Everything was purchased for other things, other purposes, by someone else, all of that. Okay, so the difference between this one too, I want you to notice, like here, I'm squatting, or I've got my forward lunge, and I'm up, and then I come this way. But this next one, your legs are both straight. And that is going to have a slightly different impact. You want both your feet facing forward when you do this. So here, woo, and I think I told you, I gotta go slow when I do that. For whatever reason, my hips are not allowing me to move very fast through that, which is fine. Building that stability. Okay, so now I'm dropping my knee all the way down, coming up here. Man, I didn't even do my hair or nothing. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't look super busted, honestly. I physically ran here, I really did. I really did. But at least my nails are done now. That was very, very frustrating to have my nails be messed up for that long for no reason. Ugh. Yeah. What else? What else? Who is this? Not the barefoot. First of all, who are you, Brog? Is that you that's always messaging me about that? That's fucking hilarious. I feel like, I don't know if you're trolling when you say that or not. I feel like you're trolling when you say that. Like, I feel like you want me to be like, no. I'm not gonna say that. I think that shit's hilarious. So keep going. If you want to. If you want to, keep going. You want to laugh? I'm a clown, alright? I own the circus. Ugh. Okay, switching sides. I'm just gonna do a step through switch. I'm gonna do nothing fancy. Oh, it's already at the half-hour mark, which is good. I think I scared Brog away. Yeah, no pussy shit on here. I'm sorry. I might look like the type of person that would be like, no. But I'm not, literally. If you want to go, we can go. I'll drag you if you need me to. Yeah. Stretching. So I'm here. Come back up. I'm going to do this side. This way. And then switch. And then drop the knee. Oh wait, no, this is this one. Straight legs first. Pick a side. I'm gonna go to my left side first. That's the side that's like very much tight. I'm pretty sure this is all in my outside hip. Abductors. Oh, like this is actually like all down this side of my leg is like completely flexed. It feels like I'm definitely putting in work with whatever this is. Okay, I'm gonna switch sides. It's not that it hurts, it just really, it feels like I'm like, almost like I'm standing on like my tippy toes or something. Like that's the sensation I have. Like I just don't feel very stable. And this is in my left leg, which is the leg that's going forward. Alright, so now I'm here. I'm gonna drop my knee down to the ground, push in this way. So the froggy one next, if you heard me the first time, nigga, I said that I'm not good at that one. If you really want me to do it, I can do it in the sequence, but I'm not just gonna pop it out of nowhere. My whole philosophy when it comes to my physical exercises is to go with a flow. So if I just bust down to a frog, like it literally doesn't flow with anything, it would just be like very random, and it would set everything else off. Like almost like, yeah, it's like someone doing like a very quick, like dynamic dance move when everybody else is slow dancing. It's like, wait, what? Like that's what it would be if I just pulled out a frog. Like, I mean, I could, but like, that's how it is. Okay, so coming all the way back, all the way back. Yeah, but I will do it. I will do it. Don't worry. And then you can laugh at me. You can laugh at how not good at it I am. And actually, I want you to see it. That way you can be like, oh, you're right. Like, you're right. There's someone else's frog that would be more, it would be more suitable for your request, I'm sure. Whatever. Unless you're looking for a laugh, unless you want to watch somebody be less flexible than you, maybe. Sometimes that helps, right? A little confidence booster. See somebody doing something bad that you can do well. What is this? It's like a fuzz. I never notice these things when I'm like in my room right now, but then when I'm looking on the camera, I'm like, what is that? It's like a fuzz. I think it might be a piece of the carpet or what? Okay, so now I'm gonna do the pigeon, and then after I do the pigeon, I think I'll do the frog, and then that way you can see. If you're still there, yeah, okay, Rocky. I think I scared away Brog. I think Brog was trying to troll and then didn't realize my dick was bigger. I'm so sorry. In other news, the weather's very nice here. I'm pretty excited about that. Today is the first day the sun is going to set after 8:30 p.m. I think it's closer to 9 today. Which is good for me because I'm a night owl. So when it's light outside late at night, it means I can keep doing stuff inside of my house because I don't like having the lights on at night. I feel like it just invites everyone to like look into your house because there's nothing else. There's like no other lights on. Maybe that's just me. Like I said, I'd rather watch people than media stuff. So that's what I would do if I saw someone across the street from me and their lights are on. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? I feel like those are like the perks of living in like cities and like when you're in like the tall buildings and stuff, is that you can just people watch all day. And if they don't want you to see them, they close their windows and it's fine. Okay, so let's do the frog now. Okay, so this is... Don't laugh at me. Okay, so let me just pause here. Sitting like this is... I can sit like this comfortably. But there is some tension right here. Okay? Some tension. Okay, Rocky, you have no chill. I don't even know what you're building up for, but I promise you, you're going to be underwhelmed. I promise you. You just want to laugh. Don't laugh loud. Don't type in ha 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 ha. How about that? Okay, so what's the best way to get into the frog? I think maybe like bring your feet together a little bit. Like this. Ah, that fucking hurt. Oh no, I just hurt my toe. I hurt my toe where my dermatologist fucked me up. Oh, I should put my sock back on. Whoa, it hurts. Okay, so basically what I think the proper way to do this is to kind of keep your feet together a little bit when you're doing this because you want to keep your hips open, but you don't want to like press back too much. I could be wrong, but that's how I've always done it, is to kind of like keep my feet together a little bit and then push back. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, this is not the furthest I can go down. However, I am in pain when I come down this far. I don't want to force myself to push any further because I know I have the range to go further. I don't want to put myself in pain to go further. So the method, when you're in this situation, let me get up because I can't even reach. When you're in a situation like this, you're not flexible enough to hold it without it being uncomfortable. Grab something that can bring the ground up to you. So in this case, I'm basically still completely up, right? I'm like right here, and it starts to hurt when I get to about this spot right here. Oh no, what's going on? Is my Wi-Fi still working? I just got like a weird noti. Okay, so now that I'm here, this is like, I could come down to here. That's not horribly painful, but if you notice, it doesn't look like I'm doing a frog. Like I'm just kind of like, I'm pretty much upright. So if I put this underneath me here, because remember we always try to hit our chest or our stomach before we hit the ground. If we try to hit our chest before we hit the ground, we're just curving our back. If we hit our stomach before we hit the ground, then we know we're coming down in a pancake flat, like a door, right? You don't close the tip of the door first, the tip of the door hits last, everything else moves from there. So I'm going to use this to kind of bring the ground to me and then come down this way. And I can already tell you I need another pillow. But yeah, so this is basically what I would do. Now, again, I'm not very good at this, although, Rocky, I do appreciate you pushing me right now outside of my comfort zone because I definitely should be doing more. And I said I wanted to, and I haven't, so I appreciate it. But yeah, so what I would need to do from here, if I wanted to improve this, and this goes back to the very, very beginning of my channel, is to fucking hold this shit for like 30 minutes. Like literally like 30 minutes. And then when you get up, it's not going to be super comfortable, but you will have expanded your range enough so that when you move back into that stretch later or the next day, your starting point is lower. Because with every other stretch, it's the same thing. You have to hold it, let your muscles and everything relax in that position so that you can increase the range. It's not just moving into that range and then releasing. It's holding it so that your body can relax in that range, and then that becomes your new normal. So yeah, even sitting like this right now, I feel like my chest has gotten lower, my stomach has gotten lower, the tension in my hips isn't as bad. But as you can see, this shit does not look good. It looks like I'm trying to do doggy style. Like, it doesn't look like I'm in a frog at all. Like, I just want you to recognize that, okay? And this hurts. Okay. So thank you for that. Thank you for that moment of realness where I can show you that I'm not a robot and none of this is easy for me right now, and I am right there with you. Hopefully you just do this with me, Rocky. Can you do that? Can you do that, Rocky? I want to know. Let me know. Can you do it? Have you tried it? Just let me know. Really, have you tried it? Oh, see, now I'm all discombobulated. Okay, so I was there, was here, I did those two, I came around. Okay, I do still need to do this one. This is one of my good hip ones that I like to do. Over and over. Ooh, 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 ooh. Excuse me. You know, I'm not gonna lie, streaming actually made me feel better right now because I was a hot ass mess before I left for the nail salon. I mean, I'm sure I still am, but just like my ability to like figure out what I should do next was awful. And if you watched my stream yesterday, I think I said, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta work in my planner. Bro, that was the last time I looked at this planner. I haven't looked at it since the stream. I put it right there. If you go back and look at the video, it's probably literally in the same spot. I don't even think I kicked it. So that's on the list today of things to do. Try and get my planner situated. I did make an appointment for a massage, and I made an appointment for chiropractor. I still need to make an appointment for my therapist. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. And yeah, that's on the docket. Okay, here, I'm going to just do some quick switches between these two. I think that's a good mobility thing to have right now. Be able to quickly push through these. Controlled, but quick. Here, my legs are still popping. Okay, that was good. That was good. See, I'd much rather, honestly, like when it comes to doing frog, this to me feels better than being on my stomach. If you're still there, Rocky, I'm not sure. But, because this is the same position with my legs as far as being bent and up. But my back is guaranteed to be flat. And I also have gravity working with me. So, again, it really just depends on what you want, what your range is. I've said it many times on my channels. I really like doing passive stretching, so if I can just allow gravity to do the work for me, or anything that keeps my alignment in check without me having to think about it, is a preference for me. Ooh. Let's do this. Does this look weird? 1, 2, 1. Ooh, this is good for hip flexors. I'm not gonna lie. I actually can feel it right away. Oh my goodness. Oh. I like this. I don't know what exactly it's doing, but I feel it in my hip flexors, which is an area that I know I need to personally work in. And so I got mesmerized by this for a second. Alright, let me pull up here. Okay, here I want to do some of these still hip flexors, but you know, I'm not going to use a little spacer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Whew. Whew. My hip flexors need all the love. Okay, I got about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna do more hip work. I'm just gonna stay on the ground today. I don't think I'm gonna get on the wall at all. I'm not gonna get on the wall. There was there's one of these like wall turns that I really wanted to practice. I might pull that up right before stream is over if I have time, because I really wanted to try it, And I'd rather try it on stream anyway so I can see what it looks like than try it on my own and still not know. Even if it's not going to look good. What was I doing just now? Oh yes. Finishing the leg stuff. Okay, so is this a good? I think you can see me like this. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just doing these little half donkey kicks first. Just a little warm up. 10 of these. Okay, another one on this side, 10. Alright, so that's 10. Now I'm gonna come up, straight leg, 10. Ah! This actually hurts. Okay, so that was 10. 1, 2. I gotta make sure my form is good. So my knees should be over my hips. My hands should be over my shoulders. So I always get a little bit out of whack when I switch sides. Okay, that was 10 on each side. I did bent and I did straight. So now I'm going to put them together. I'm also going to do the side. Actually, you know what? Let me just do the side one first. Warm it up. Warm it up. La, 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 la. Okay, here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like I'm leaning so much. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh! Holy! Oh my gosh! That afterburn was not expected. Jeez, that snuck up on me because it didn't feel like that when I was doing it. But when I pulled it into that last one, it was like 10 on its own. Oh my goodness. Okay. What was I doing? Well, I was going to put them all together now. So we'll see. Try and do 10 on each side. So we go up, out, over, down, up, out, over, down, up, out, over, down, up, out, over, down, up, oh wait, up, over, down, up, out, over, down. So we got up, this is up, I'm saying this for me, up, out, over, down, up, out. I'm saying it wrong, but I'm doing it right, okay? Up, out, over, down, up, out, over, down. Okay, that was hopefully 10. If it wasn't, should have said something. Moving the other side as it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think that's what I was doing. I was only saying 4 things, but it's technically 5. So we got up, out, over, down, in, up, out, over, down, in, up, out, over, down, in, up, up, out, over, down, in, up, out. Oh shit. Why is it so hard for me to say it and do it at the same time? It's okay. All right. Final thing. Gonna wrap it up the same way I always do. If you're new here, this is the first mobility flow that I ever made for this channel, and it was a build-up of a few different stretches that I had some trouble doing. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Things that I wanted to work on, and also just a way to have a flow, because that was the purpose of building these exercises, to just have that flow so I just know what to do. My body's kind of on autopilot when I do it, and it's just a natural feeling, right? So as I do this now, keep that in mind. If you have not been able to do this, if you're new here and you're giving it a try, it's not something that I was able to do straight away, just like everything else on this channel was not straight away. But in that same breath, I am trying to get as many of them as I can. I haven't fully made a new mobility routine. I probably should, honestly. I should probably start making one that's a little more complex, and maybe I'll do that next week. That might be something I can do for next Mobility Monday, is to build a new routine. I should write that down, but I don't know. Oh, should I write it right now? If I have a pen, I'll write it right now. No, oh, I do. Okay. So I will write it before I forget. Okay, I'm gonna write it right now because I will forget. So Monday, I'm going to build a new mobility flow. Also, take note of how I just did that. That is a superpower. Is just think of it and write it, or think of it and do it right away. Because now it's done. If I didn't do that, it would be stuck in the back of my head, and I'd be thinking, what do I need to remember? What do I need to remember? It would be just like on my brain, but not quite reachable. And then it would just make me even slower than I already am. So now I have it written down. That'll be the plan for next Monday. I will build a new flow, a new mobility flow. In the meantime, I won't say always, but I will keep doing this same basic flow. We'll just call this like mobility flow 1. And then I'll have like 2, 3, whatever. But they'll be skill levels. So this is skill level 1. And my goal was to be able to do this in a flow period. And now I've been trying to just be able to do at least 10. I think I've been doing more than 10 on average, but then I get kind of bored with it. And I also forget what number I'm on when I'm counting. And I end up just going, hopefully that was more than 10. I know it was more than 10. So anyways, I'm going to do those. Do that flow. I'm going to try and do at least 10. If there's somebody here to count, that'd be great. If not, I'll do what I usually do and just, cross my fingers, hope that I actually did at least as many as I said. And then if I remember, I'll do the little wall exercise that I wanted to try, and then we'll be done. Okay. So, Mobility Monday flow looks a little like this. I want to make sure I have enough space to be able to get all the way up into a downward dog. So just pay attention to that if you are in a space that is restricted like mine. Okay, so we're up here. One of the biggest, most important parts of the stretch is to make sure you check in with your back first. It's probably the only one that I didn't really practice stretching a lot. Ideally, if you're doing this stretch to its capacity, you would be bringing your arms overhead and reaching back so your arms are kind of behind you with your shoulders open. I'm not flexible enough to bring my arms up and back, but I am flexible enough to reach one and then the other so that I have this partial curve. Okay, so this is different because my arms are straight down coming from underneath me versus to over like this. This is how far away I am from actually reaching my ankle on this side. Okay, so holy, I'm actually sweating though. That's crazy. You guys know I never used to sweat, like ever. I know that sounds weird. Maybe it's because I'm fat now. Because I never really had, like I used to be all muscle, and I never really sweat. And so I think maybe now I'm sweating because like the muscle doesn't juice. This muscle doesn't juice, right? Fat juices. Fat's got like extra to give. I think that's why I'm juicing. I think it's think it's the fat on me is turning into sweat. It's like cooking lard and it turns into oil. What am I doing? All right, here we are. So just make sure you're ready here. Check in, come down, hands on fours, come up, back down, and tap. That's the whole thing. Again, you want to be able to reach back with both hands, ideally. If you can do that, do it. If you can't do that just yet, one and then the other. Try and alternate which side goes first too. If you always reach with your right hand first, that side's going to have more flexibility than left side just because it hasn't had the chance to be first. So, just like having, more than one kid. You can't always make one have things that the other one doesn't. You gotta kind of make it even. And up, here, down, and to the side. Let me just hold this for a second. I'm really supposed to hold it, but yeah. Here, here, down, tuck, up, curve, down. You know what the problem is for me right now? And I feel like I'm complaining a lot at this moment, but my freaking toe right now, it keeps getting caught on the carpet. And I'm trying to pretend like it's not happening, but it is distracting because I'm like, oh no, am I gonna rip it if I move too fast? I definitely forgot what I was doing just now. I went into a completely different pose. Wow. Back to where I was. My apologies. Here, down, and up. Here. Yeah, I think what I need to do for my next mobility routine, the one I'm going to make on Monday, I need to add in a lot more legs. I feel like this one is good at engaging every piece of my body. Like my arms are getting engaged when I do this part. When I sit up like this, like my quads are getting some attention. My back, of course. This way, my legs get a chance to stretch out, but they're not really doing anything significant. So I think that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to figure out a couple of mobility exercises that will focus on the legs, and then I will create a routine on Monday composed of some of those. That's the plan. Which means I should probably have a few picked out before the stream even starts. As you know, I have those like awkward moments where I'm scrolling, trying to find what I was looking for, and then I get caught up or can't find it or whatever. So, anybody know what number I'm on? Rocky, are you in here? Rogue left for real. I know, it's okay, bruh. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Everybody's got different strokes. Okay. Do you hear that though? It's almost like there's something that has to pop. No matter what. It's like, oh, you thought it was going to be quiet? Nah. Okay. That had to be 10. That had to be 10. Alright, so let me see. I've got 4 more minutes before 5:30, and I wanted to do a particular mobility exercise that I have been wanting to try for a minute now. And the only thing is I have to find it. So hopefully it's not buried. I'm gonna look for another 30 seconds. If it doesn't pop up, I'm just gonna end the stream because I don't want to spend the last few minutes of my stream looking at my phone trying to find something. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it on here in this very moment, so that's too bad. I wanted to do it, but it's not popping up quickly. And like I said, I don't want to spend a bunch of time on my phone. It's 5:27 p.m. where I am currently. It is Monday, and this was Mobility Monday. So thank you for being here, everybody. If you didn't do this with me at the moment, I hope you get to at least try some of them. If nothing else, do the mobility flow at the very end. That's a very simple way to just mobilize your body, check in with everything, even if it's not super stressful or super complex. It is a way to keep your body moving, keep your body flowing, and that is extremely important in general. The amount of movement that my body is able to do just from these exercises is, I don't want to say astounding, but that's how I feel, honestly. Like, it sounds dramatic, but it's just like the way that I wasn't using my body, I didn't notice, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't realize that I was avoiding certain movements because I didn't have the range. It didn't occur to me that I was even avoiding certain movements. But now that I have the range to do them and they're comfortable, I find myself doing those things more than the others that I was doing, obviously, and not only does it feel better, it's healthier, right? So like I said, bending over to pick up something off the ground like this, nothing wrong with that if you want to do that. But again, there's plenty of people that get down this way and then they can't get back up. Or when they do get back up, they're like, ugh, it hurts, right? If I'm trying to bend over right now, I don't even bend over. And that's another thing for the people that want to cover their butts, like me. Like, you don't want to have to bend over like this. Sometimes you really need to keep that thing down. So if you can just, just come over like this. Anyways, that was weird. Bye, everybody.